So I would just like to say a big welcome into this space to thank those of you who are here live, and then also, of course, those who are joining later on replay. If you're here on the live show and you would like to put your name in the chat there, do feel free to do so. They're telling me that today they want to bring through some messages from the galactics and then also various activations on our behalf to support us in our highest ascension timeline at this time. So I truly hope that what the beings of absolute light bring through for us today truly are of service to you exactly where you are on your path. And both with the messages and with the activations and the way that they are integrated, you can truly feel that you receive exactly what you need. So I'm Julia from Transmissions of Light, and I am here, as I said, channeling the beings of absolute light with a big presence of the galactics coming through today, I believe. I would like to say hi to Timo, who is here. I can see in the chat. Thank you so much for being here. And I'm just going to go straight into it without waiting for anyone else to get on. So if other people are coming on later and you want to put your name, even where you are in the world, in the chat, that is always welcomed and appreciated too. But for now, I would like to invite you all to close your eyes. And just following the breath, allowing yourself to come deeper into your true center. Just allowing yourself to forget whatever has been playing on your mind. And to come softly and yet very deeply into a greater state of presence. And we do have some representatives of the White Brotherhood of Light stepping into this space. Largely Melchizedek, Saint Germain, Archangel Michael, Serapis Bey, and Metatron. They are awakening to a greater extent. They say it's not that the people in this community, the way showers, the light workers, it's not that our DNA is dormant any longer, but they're awakening what have been called the dormant strands or the extra strands of DNA to a still higher level of both receptivity so that they can continue over the next 6 months to integrate more light. And they are saying that through the rest of this year, but particularly through the end of November, is very important for our collective timeline as the ascending community. And then that will in turn start to form more and more of like a they're showing me like pinpricks of light connecting with pinpricks of other light within our body as we start to physically become much more crystalline. And if some are already quite advanced in this process, they are saying. For those who it is a newer process, you're more at the beginning of that embodiment phase. You can expect times of great exhaustion, physical exhaustion. The other thing that these representatives of the White Brotherhood of Light want to share with us is that this time is really about becoming more of that multi-dimensional, connected to all parts of ourselves in other dimensions, bringing in both those gifts, those awarenesses, supporting us in embodying a far more radiant, because it's far stronger, it's rooted far more deeply. Light. And to support us in that, Merlin and the dragons are stepping forward to support the clearing of lingering karmic influences and patterns that have been particularly big for us in this lifetime now. And they are saying that for this particular light community, it's very much about coming into a fuller, deeper level, so therefore a truer embodiment of the knowing of the intrinsically perfect and divinely created, and therefore fully whole. Just as one is in this sacred moment of now. And the angels and personal guides and angels coming forward to support each in really being able to integrate this on a much more embodied level. It's not that the people in this community have not done the work around that, they are saying, but it is such a collective and very deep reaching wound. And that this month is truly about starting to release that, or those false beliefs that we have accumulated about humans in general, or self in particular, or life, that keep us from experiencing in tangible ways this sense of wholeness that we are. Thank you. The galactics stepping forward now. With predominantly the Arcturians, the Lyrans, and the Palladians. And they are first sharing with us their Ascension light codes. and then would like to talk to us a little about communications with them. They say that many in this group of collected souls are actually already receiving lots of communications from various galactic beings, and it really is about trusting your own ability to receive what is meant for you. And that this time is about opening up to a greater degree of communication and contact with a great deal of that being in the intuitive senses. So coming in as images or knowings or sentences forming in the mind. So it is exceptionally important that you don't doubt yourselves, because there's a lot of importance that the galactics communicating with individuals want to transmit to you too on a personal level. And they do here today just want to transmit a few points that they are saying are important for the collective of light workers at this time. Just beginning with an activation of the third eye, and crown chakra. Just to really facilitate more of that connection smoothly coming in terms of what they want to transmit to us as information. The first is not to get locked into the perspectives of things that the world would have us believe. And they are highlighting, like, knowing that most probably who are watching this channel are not watching the regular news, they probably are watching alternative news sources. But they are saying that there is so much that is like rumbling to the surface, is the only kind of way I can conceive of what they're saying at this time. That is very hard for the human reason or logic to grasp or to comprehend the vastness of that which is unfolding in these realms at this time. And they don't want us really to pay too much attention to external information, even of the kind of more raised consciousness kind, in terms of world events and what is unfolding at this time. They're not asking us to turn away from it completely. They're saying to really limit our intake. This and then leads into the second point, which is for us to take more time connecting in meditation. Feeling that connected self that they were talking of at the beginning, where we are connected to all those multidimensional aspects of self. Allowing that to become a more natural place for us to be. They would like to suggest a fairly, not excessively restrictive, but filled with health-filled foods kind of diet through the next 6 months to the end of the year, especially. They're not suggesting specific things to avoid or anything, and are highlighting that it will be very different for individuals. But when we can, like when our body aligns with that, and we feel the urge to kind of have lighter foods in terms of more fruits, more vegetables, more nuts, whole wheat grains, and so forth, they are encouraging us to follow that asking of the body vessel. And this time is really about integration, but also if and when we feel moved to action, if we feel that the voice of our guidance guiding us in a particular direction, or like a higher pull in our heart pulling us towards a specific thing, and so forth. They are asking us to kind of boldly step out in new directions. Much is going to change, is the sense that they are giving. And it's not really going to be primarily the work that we're doing. It's going to be like who and how we identify ourselves, and then that will cause us to feel a need to make changes in other areas, whether that be where we're living, the people we're spending time with, the work that we are putting into the world, different areas for different people. But as we go forward towards the end of this year, and the energy coming in is really supporting us in truly beginning to grasp the vast, multidimensional essence we are. It's like the places where we've been keeping ourselves in repetitive patterns that aren't aligned with that, where we've been diminishing ourselves on our value, keeping ourselves in patterns of smallness. They're really going to fall away. So if you feel a pull to go in a new direction, to course change, alter your course slightly, honor that. They're saying, give it a try. There's plenty of time for adjustments, and there's a lot of compassion for what we are as humanity experiencing at this time, and that it is like a completely untrod ground for us. So we're getting lots of chances. We don't need to get it right first time, but it is about coming into that deeper alignment with our own unique guidance that is guiding us in the direction that our soul is desiring to either evolve in or to experience next. And a big clue for everyone that's saying, will be about evolution and knowing yourself in more of that vast multidimensional self, and more of the light and truth and love that we are at our essence. Thank you. And last, we just have the energy of Source and of ascending Gaia coming in to really assist us in integrating more of the codes of Ascension and the new ascended Earth. Thank you. I see Kirsten and Alice have also joined us, so welcome, and anyone else is here too. Yeah, Alice, sometimes the high frequency energy, it really does put you in a really sleepy state. And, if I'm listening to a meditation, I'll sometimes sleep and wake up just at the end of it and know that what needs to be integrated has been integrated. So if that is happening for you or anyone else, don't worry about it at all. It's not a problem. And that is the end of what they wish to transmit today. I want to thank you all so much for being here. Again, whether you're here now or listening later on replay, I will be back next week with the regular reading of the written channeled message, and then the last week of the month for the channeled live oracle card reading for the Ascending Collective. I'll just give you the date for that before I go. And so that is on Friday, the 27th at 6:30 a.m. ET or 11:30 a.m. in the UK, or the equivalent in your time zone. So for those of you who want to and are able to be on the live stream for that, I look forward to seeing you again there. And yeah, Alice, feel free, or anyone, feel free to be in that zone where you're kind of like half asleep, half not as well, and you can hear and you can feel, but maybe you don't catch every word, and trust that you get what you need. And of course, you can always come back and listen to it again if you want to. So from my heart to yours, I want to thank you all so very much for being here and wish you a wonderful and blessed week. And truly hope that what has been shared with you today will be of the highest service to you on your path at this time. I'm Julia from Transmissions of Light. Thank you so very much.